This video is for food lovers and food lovers only. If you don't like food, scroll on. So you know those viral spicy potato noodles everyone's talking about? I did a thing. A delicious one. In my quest to figure out what I'm going to do with all my leftover Yule ham, I thought soup. Why not potatoes? Ham and potato soup is a huge thing here in Indiana. But I gotta be bougie about it. And the noodles themselves are only 3 ingredients. Water, you got water. Potatoes, those are cheap, more potassium than bananas. And potato flour, which my store didn't have. So I settled for arrowroot starch. You can substitute rice flour and other things. Make your noodles as thin or thick as you like. Mine were the diameter of my index finger. Some people like to cut them into nuggets, finger length like I did, really long like you see in the spicy potato noodle videos. You could make rings or use cookie cutters if you want, it's dough. You get a good boil going on some water, drop them in, and 2 minutes later they float to the top and they're ready to go. Then when I make my Yule gammon, I boil it, then I bake it. It gives you this porky, salty, really great broth. Added some garlic, a lot of onions, and a bunch of red pepper. So when the noodles finish boiling, drop them in the bowl, put your broth and your other ingredients in, and bada bing, bada boom. I don't know, Irish ramen? Now then, when I make my bone broth from the bone-in ham that I bought, you better believe I'm going to do this again. Pillowy potato noodles are a great delivery system for the broth. It reminds me a lot of gnocchi. And these things hold the flavor of the broth really well. I'm going to start putting these in a lot of other soups. The kids like them so much. Now, I eat a lot. I can say these are really filling. Satisfying, too. I use an old trick one of the chefs I worked under taught me when I was young. Don't just mash the potatoes. Overmash them. Then fist them. If you get any lumps, the noodle will break. And so far, out of 6 bowls served, not one has broken. And if you are like the kids and I, nothing but potato-loving hobbits, i.e. boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. So if you love potatoes, this is the recipe for you. If you give it a try, let me know how it turns out. Instead of our tradition of usual ham soup, I think we have a new one now. Now, if you'll excuse me, I got some seconds to get to.